WCBI News at 10 starts now.
While many of you are home preparing a Thanksgiving feast, others are getting ready for the shopping crowds. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. Big box retailers, they're not the only ones that have to get ready. Small businesses and local downtowns are also getting ready for the hustle and bustle. Our Quentin Smith joins us live in the studio with more. Hey, Quentin.
Yeah, Scott, Black Friday is a day shoppers all over the world are looking forward to. They're looking to cash in on some new purchases and take full advantage of any deals they can get. But while they're out making their shopping list, stores are making their to-do list to make sure they have everything in place to handle the big crowds. It's the calm before the storm. Workers inside Deep South Pout are hard at work gearing up for the Black Friday madness.
I would really say just prepping at the beginning of the week is the most important. That way we don't have to get here super early before we open on Friday.
The store will have sales on all merchandise, including coats, shoes, and sunglasses, just to name a few. Sales associate Kaylee Perigin is expecting hundreds of people to come through the doors on Black Friday.
We've been cleaning all week. We've been organizing the store. And we've had to tag t-shirts and sweatshirts. We've been getting a bunch of new inventory in.
This will be the fourth Black Friday Perigin has worked, and she knows a thing or two about what needs to be done to run a smooth operation. She says it'll take an all hands on deck to make sure everything is just right.
We actually have a couple people that they're like seasonal employees almost, that'll come just for this.
It's a no-brainer that Black Friday is a big revenue generator for most stores. Now that the final preparations are being made, stores are now hoping customers will remember to shop local.
I think it's very important to shop local because that money stays within your community. So I actually read something that for every dollar spent in a local small business, 67 cents stays within the community.
That's how we stay alive, is for our local people to shop with us instead of going to Birmingham or somewhere like that.
Now, of the three stores that we spoke with today, both Park Place and Mirror will open Thursday night and will remain open through Friday night. Deep South Power will open its doors beginning Friday morning at 6 o'clock. Scott?
Shopping season is here. Thank you very much, Quentin. Well, holiday shopping, it can be pretty stressful while you're tracking your budget. So are the stores and the state. Courtney Ann Jackson explains.
You may not think much about that 7% sales tax tacked onto every purchase or even where it's going, but much of it is bolstering the state's budget.
We typically see a spike every year after the holiday season in the cash that comes in January. So last year at this time we did see about a 12% increase over the monthly average for the calendar year of 2018.
Once upon a time, Mississippi was losing out on some revenue when you logged on and clicked your way to a new purchase. But as of this year, a portion of the tax collected from your online purchases has a specific destination.
It's not just about what we purchase locally now, because what we are getting through the online sales is also now being diverted, and that will boost the infrastructure spending for cities and counties, for roads, bridges, and for city water systems.
It helps level the playing field for small businesses when the 7% was tacked on to online sales like those from Amazon. Still, owner of James and Lee in Clinton says they're in constant competition.
You see big box retailers closing every day, so it's scary to be a small business owner and think if those big box stores are closing, it could happen to us. So it is very important that when you're thinking about your Christmas gifts that you shop local in your community and support those people who want to be a part of your community.
And their bottom line is anchored by the holiday season.
A huge chunk of our sales every year. December, we should almost always hit our mark. It might be a little under depending on how that year is gone or whatever, but we always know December is going to be a great month of sales.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
The Mississippi Department of Revenue Commissioner says he's anticipating a strong holiday season for retail sales and says that's due in part to the strength of our national economy.
A nice sunset here this evening on our Wednesday as we get ready for this long holiday weekend. Hopefully you can take advantage of some decent weather over the next few days. Temperatures cooling down into the 40s, and Oxford, look at that, upper 30s right now. Skies basically clear, a few high clouds drifting on in. Mid to upper 30s for lows tonight, so a bit on the chilly side. Notice the clouds back to the west. There's some rain here in Texas and Oklahoma. We don't have to worry about that, but these clouds are They are coming our way. That's what I'm trying to say. And that means we'll see some clouds fill back in tomorrow. Seasonable day for our Thanksgiving, somewhere into the 50s. Now, rain chances pretty slim here for the next 7 days. The exception will be Saturday, and some of that could come in the form of some strong storms. We'll talk about that coming up.
Turning to crime news now, a teenager is charged with murder in connection with last night's fatal shooting at Brookville Garden Apartments in Starkville. Starkville police and the U.S. Marshals arrested 2 people in connection to that shooting. Police have arrested 16-year-old Aviante Jordan. He is charged with murder in the case. Investigators also arrested 30-year-old LaCorian Stewart and charged him with conspiracy to commit a crime. Jordan's bond is set at $1 million and Stewart's bond is set at $100,000. Oktibbeha County Coroner Michael Hunt identified the victim last night in the shooting as 23-year-old LaTerrence McCarter. Police, they were called to that shooting around 1:45 Tuesday afternoon. When officers got there, they found McCarter dead. No other information about the circumstances leading up to that shooting have been released at this time. Officers made another arrest last night there at the Brooksville Garden Complex. This was not related to the shooting. 27-year-old Christopher Evans is charged with possession of controlled substance and disorderly conduct. The charges are misdemeanors. One Northeast Mississippi city will soon switch its water source after years of complaints about brown water from residents. WCBI's Allie Martin tells us how the switch will impact customers of the Saltillo Water Department.
Nearly 2 years ago, Saltillo put all of its customers on well water. Before that, the city water supply had been split. Not long after the switch, customers on the west side of town began complaining about dirty and smelly water. After many meetings and several attempts to flush the system to remove sediment in the water and an independent study on the issue, aldermen voted to put the entire city on river water. Alderman Kopi Grantham says the switch will benefit everyone.
You'll always have good quality water. Another benefit is it gives us max capacity, so we can Saltillo will be able to grow and grow into the future.
Studies found the well water system was limited when it came to accommodating future growth.
If we were looking to a large manufacturing business or a housing industry come in 250 plus homes, that we would not have enough adequate water.
This meter pit is where the mechanics of the switch takes place. It starts with prep work Monday, and then the actual valves will be turned Tuesday morning, switching the entire city over from well water to river water.
Once we introduce the surface water into our system, there's going to be numerous changes, and we don't know exactly what changes all will be, but we do know that it's going to start removing deposits of iron and manganese in our system. And once it starts removing those deposits, they're going to come out in the system, and our customers are going to see that. It's going to be the brown and probably the oily and maybe some odor to go along with it.
But after those deposits of iron and manganese are gone, Jackson says the water should be clear for all customers on the system. In Saltillo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Saltillo will purchase all of its water from the Northeast Mississippi Regional Water Supply District. Time to send things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, it was kind of hot outside, what I would classify as hot this morning, but now I'm going to need a jacket to get home in.
A bit chilly tonight, temperatures cooling down into the 30s. Tomorrow for our Thanksgiving Day, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s here. It should be a pretty nice day, about where we should be for this time of year, with clouds increasing. A little bit warmer on Friday, low 60s, but storms possible Saturday. More on that after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
The long holiday weekend is upon us right now, and things are looking pretty good for most of the weekend. Now, today we saw some sunshine, no storms out there. Not too bad this afternoon. There goes the setting sun. That's our Alpha Insurance Camera Network here in Columbus, Tupelo, Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy, and of course Louisville, Mississippi. So that was earlier today. And now let's look ahead. There's Lily. I love Lily here. She's got the attitude of Thanksgiving, passed out on the couch after eating something or playing around doing something. And that's what a lot of folks will be doing tomorrow after you eat that bird and just relax and enjoy your day off if you have it. So temperatures will be in the 50s here on Thanksgiving Day. Low to mid 50s across the northern part of the area, mid to upper 50s across the southern part. Now, we may see some sunshine initially, and then those clouds will gradually fill back in as we go throughout the course of the day. The Egg Bowl in Starkville, 6:30 in the evening, mostly cloudy, no rain. That's good news. Temperatures will be in the 40s, upper 40s to kick off, and then lower 40s at the end of the game. So this was system number 1 over the last 24 hours, really spinning on up still here in New England. Now, system number 2 waiting in the wings, moving down the Pacific coastline. You can see it right there, lashing the west with a lot of rain and snow and wind and cloud cover now expanding across the high plains, and numerous winter weather alerts right now. But we are in this snow-free zone. This is the place to be typically in the fall and winter, and all of that snow will be staying back to our west and north. So let's talk about tomorrow across the region. If you're traveling to Memphis or Little Rock, points north, 40s and 30s, clouds, showers, pretty nasty. Farther south, though, probably a little bit more sunshine, 60s and 70s, 72 in Tallahassee, Florida tomorrow, not too bad. So clouds on the increase right now. The better rain chances on Thursday, as we mentioned, just to our northwest. Can't rule out a stray shower in far north Mississippi tomorrow evening. We're going to keep it out of the forecast. Friday, rain to our northwest. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, so all you shoppers out there, you will enjoy it. Shouldn't be a problem. But as we get into your Saturday afternoon and evening, there's another front, much like the one we had yesterday, and that could give rise to some active weather. So we will include the chance for some showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening, but it will be a little bit warmer. 50s tomorrow, 60s Friday, low 70s Saturday, spring-like, and then we're back into the 60s Sunday. A bit breezy there Sunday, and much cooler early next week. But I think next week will be nice and quiet, just cool.
Good deal. That's something I noticed yesterday with that front as it moved in. The wind kind of got up a little bit.
It was quite fierce. And
yeah.
I should mention some of those Christmas parades start next week, and it will be festively cool.
Just in time to get in the spirit.
There you go.
Right.
You've been in the spirit for a month now.
Exactly, since November 1st. All right, thank you very much, Keith. Well, thousands, speaking of the holidays, are expected to hit the road, probably already have, or the sky this holiday season. We take a look at the uptick of travelers when we come back.
On WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanksgiving, it brings food and family together. Thousands of you most likely already heading home for the holiday. Our Stephanie Poole takes a look at the impacts traveling of this Thanksgiving.
During the holiday season, thousands of people are making their way to visit family and friends. Executive Director of the Golden Triangle Regional Airport, Mike Hainsey, says travelers are booking flights by the dozens.
Well, it's been an extremely busy week and will be all the way through the weekend with both the Thanksgiving travelers and the Egg Bowl being here, and we see both business aircraft and of course Delta has been really busy.
Hainsey says Delta Airlines is giving passengers extra booking options.
All week long the flight's been running full. Delta actually added a couple flights on Saturday and Sunday for the returning students and the people that are just coming and going for the holidays. On Sunday they added 2 and on Saturday they added 1. So people can actually come here as late, get back in as late as 11:30 at night if they like.
And if you plan on hitting the road, the Mississippi Highway Patrol will have more troopers on the roads, keeping an eye out, making sure you have a safe holiday. Troop G Public Affairs Officer Sergeant Derek Beckham says officers will patrol the roadways to make sure drivers aren't speeding.
Line patrol is what our administration likes for us to do, just to show a strong presence that we're out on the highways. And, you know, we do that every day, but we need a stronger presence during the holidays to make sure everyone's aware and hopefully, you know, driving safer.
Beckham says speeding citations usually double during the holidays.
We kind of drop our tolerance, you know, because, again, you know, if the public sees us out there working, that will, you know, we may stop one person, but that may deter 10 others, you know, to slow down.
As always, Sergeant Beckham wants to remind drivers to make sure you're cautious while on those busy roadways. Troopers will also be looking out to see if you're buckled up, and they'll be looking out for impaired drivers. Well, the holidays, they can bring up a wide range of emotions, and for many, that can include sadness and depression. We have more tonight on Health Talk with Baptist.
I'm Chaplain Steve Brown, Director of Spiritual Care here at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Do you find yourself feeling down or blue around the holidays? Well, you're not alone. Many people find that the holidays bring unwanted feelings of sadness, loneliness, anxiety, or depression for various reasons. The good news is that there are ways to overcome these feelings and bring the joy back into the holiday season. Be reasonable with your schedule. Don't overbook yourself into a state of exhaustion. Decide your priorities and stick to them. Organize your time. Make a budget and follow it. If you drink, do not overindulge. Alcohol is a depressant and can make your anxiety and depression worse. Don't expect the holidays to be just as they were when you were a child. You're not the same as you were when you were a child, and no one else is either. Take the focus off of yourself and onto other people. It's hard to feel down when you're helping someone else. Volunteer at a soup kitchen or spend time with an elderly friend or relative. Create your own traditions. Contrary to popular opinion, there are no rules for how you spend your holidays. So if old traditions bring unhappy memories, start new ones. And above all, adopt an attitude of gratitude for blessings that are yours. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss how to overcome the holiday blues.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The biggest week of the year, one more win away from the state championship. You know, the Little Egg Bowl will be up front and center. More from our Fridays coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Chris Bolton.
One win away from playing for a state championship. Not only is this Friday the North Half Final, but 3 of those matchups are rematches from the regular season. And there was no way to choose between them all. So many of them, so many good ones. So we'll feature all 3 as part of our final game of the week decision for the 2019 season. The first being the 6A North Half Final, the Little Egg Bowl rematch between Starkville and Oxford. The Big Egg Bowl and Little Egg Bowl happening in the same week. The Yellow Jackets hoping to continue their reign in the rivalry. Starkville winners of 6 straight against the Chargers, including the 45-17 win in the regular season. For part 2, the 3A North Half Final, a rematch between the Noxubee County Tigers and the Choctaw County Chargers. Choctaw County taking on Noxubee for only the 2nd time ever, and the first time being the 28-18 win in the regular season that clinched the division. Choctaw County and first-year head coach Jeff Roberts looked to punch their first ever state championship trip, the first since the consolidation, while Noxubee County looks to clinch its 7th trip to the state championship in program history. And last but certainly not least, for the first time ever, Nanawoya and Noxapater will meet in the 1A North Half Final, the Cross Creek rivalry rematch to decide a state championship appearance. The rivalry has been dominated by the Warriors of late. Nanawoya has won 7 straight, including a 14-2 win in the regular season to clinch the division. Could be another defensive slugfest, Katie Carter versus Davion Turner and company. Noxapater looking for its first title appearance since 2011. Nanawoya still in the hunt to make it back-to-back. So here we go, the North Half Finals, of course, 6A Starkville at Oxford. Then in 5A, Neshoba Central trying to dethrone the 3-time defending state champs over in West Point. Then in 4A, Greenwood traveling up the highway to take on Corinth. Then in 3A, Noxubee County taking on Choctaw County. And in 2A, Charleston over in the Delta, they'll take on Northside, who has a great defense this year. Then in 1A, of course, the Cross Creek rivalry, Noxapater at Nanawoya. Then here go the state title schedule. Now, all games will be broadcasted on My Mississippi. And on Friday, we have the Class 3A matchup at 11 a.m. Then at 3 o'clock, the 1A matchup. Then at 7 o'clock, the 6A matchup. Then on Saturday, we'll pick things back up at 11 a.m. for the Class 4A championship. Then at 3 o'clock will be the Class 2A championship. Then at 7 o'clock will be the 5A championship. Here we go. Ole Miss taking on Penn State. We'll jump straight into the second half. Ole Miss down 16. Stevens on the drive. He gets the and-one dunk. Penn State will add on to their lead. Now Ole Miss trying to respond down 10. We'll have Henson. He pulls a deep 3. That's cash money. Buckets. Ole Miss cuts the lead to 7 points. Now Penn State trying to respond. Young on the drive. He gets the ball to Stevens. He pulls a 3, beating the shot clock. That's good. Penn State takes a 10-point lead. Now Ole Miss back with the ball. Henson swings the ball to Bryce Williams. Deep 3 ball. Good. Cash. Ole Miss cuts the lead to 5 points. Big time comeback. Now Brian Tyree, he gets the rebound. Ole Miss down 3. Euro step and 1 bucket. That's good. Blocking foul. He'll go to the free throw line to make the free throw. It'll be a tie ball game after it's a free throw. Penn State with the ball against Stevens. Jab move, head fake, step through, bucket. That's good. Penn State back up 2 points. Now Ole Miss responding. Brian Tyree on the drive. Snatch back, pull up, buck. That's cash. Ole Miss ties the game up. Now Penn State trying to inbound the ball right here. Dangerous pass gets stolen by KJ Buffin. He'll miss the layup, but Williams gets the rebound and is fouled. That's going to be good. He hits the free throw shots, and Ole Miss, they hang on to survive. They steal a victory from Penn State. They win 74-72. Oh, no. Vicious comeback. They had to get that win.
Oh, man. All right, and then the Alabama game, they played tonight, too.
Yeah, they played earlier. Alabama lost to North Carolina 67-76. John Petty had 23 points.
Goodness. All right. Well, thanks so much, Chris. You guys will be busy starting tomorrow.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Be running. Whew, better rest up tonight. Well, let's look at your forecast when we come back.
3/4 of the holiday weekend should be okay. The one blemish there will be Saturday afternoon. A chance for some strong storms, cooler next week. So enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's looking pretty good.
We'll take any bit of good weather we can for the holiday.
We will.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a happy Thanksgiving.